Welcome to Unfiltered. Another week's gone by, and man, I've been so busy planning a trip. I'm going away, finally going to get away from this little town this weekend. Going out to New York to see an old friend that I grew up with. So, I'm taking a camera out. He lives out near Rock Tavern, New York, out near Poughkeepsie. And I'm going to get by Orange County Choppers and see if I can get some footage of their little spot over there in Rock Tavern. I also hope to get up to Woodstock and check out the farm and see if it's still there. Man, what else has been going on this week? Not a whole lot, other than just planning for the trip. Of course, I got to tell you about this because this is some good personal stupid stuff, because a lot of guys that are in charge of scheduling people for work have the problem of people not showing up for work when they're scheduled to. Well, I got a driver at Athens that Monday night I showed up at work and she was there. And I figured she was filling in for one of the day shift guys. But no, both day shift guys were there. She had just come in, didn't even check the schedule, punched in and started working. So I crossed my name off the list on Monday, and I took an extra day off this week. So 2 days this week. It's a tough life. Somebody's got to do it. But like I said, getting ready for this trip, I want everything to be like perfect. I haven't seen this guy since 93 or 94, I think, was the last time I saw him. So should be fun. I checked out a camera and went around Keene. One of the other stupid things. We used to hang around at the ledges up off Chapman Road a lot when we were kids. Every weekend, every evening, we'd climb up there. And I took a camera up because I wanted to take a shot of the area. Of course, the place had been all cleaned up. I mentioned this maybe a month ago, that I'd been up there and the place was trashed. It's been all cleaned up, looks really nice up there now. Of course, the black flies are thick. But I wanted to get some good shots from up there in the view of Keene and show them some of the changes. I took the camera bag, the tripod, headed up from the parking area on Chapman Road, up the road. I got to the water tower, which is it's like at the top of the hilly part of the climb. And I didn't have the tape with me to go in the camera. And I go all the way back down, huffing and puffing, thinking the whole way, my God, I smoke too much. But as soon as I got back to the car, I lit one up. But let me tell you about some other stupid things. This is great. And you know I love doing these stories. From New Zealand. Apparently a dude been drinking one night and walked into a service station because he was a little hungry. Picked up a couple bags of M&Ms, bag of chips, and got in line. Well, I guess the line was a little bit long, so he started eating some of the stuff that he had picked up, and when he got to the register, he realized he didn't have enough money. I've been in that situation before. So you gotta kind of, I'll be back in a little while, you sign your name, you leave your license or something. Not this guy. Apparently this guy thought the clerk looked fairly cool. So he asked the guy, well, instead of me giving you the money, he says, I've got, a little bit of pot and a pipe. And it was 0.042 ounces of pot, which isn't very much. And apparently the deal would have been cool, except the guy didn't realize right behind him in line was a cop. Yeah. I mean, stupid. Another reason. I mean, on top of the fact you shouldn't shop when you're all hied up anyway, because you tend to buy more. Just like shopping when you're hungry. It's like, oh, those look good. Then you get them home, and if you don't eat them on the way home, you come down a little bit and you go, what the hell did I buy these for? I must have been stoned or something. But yeah, that's, look around. If you're going to deal with the customers, check the person behind you. And apparently it was a cop in uniform with a marked police car in the parking lot. He says, pay attention. I mean, this is the guy that the terrorist could walk by with the suicide vest on and he wouldn't even notice. Meanwhile, Boulder, Colorado, another funny story. Apparently, a restaurateur was parked in a parking lot and a security officer put a boot on his car for being parked bad or something. Well, this guy didn't like it, and he was attempting to cut the boot off with a pair of 2-foot bolt cutters when the security company's supervisor showed up. Well, they started arguing. I guess the security company supervisor said that the man threatened him with the 2-foot pair of bolt cutters. So the guy, the security company guy said, I guess, put his hand on his gun. And they continued arguing. Well, to make a long story short, the security guy pulled out a taser and pointed it at the guy who was with his mother. So he pulled out his taser, of course, because, I mean, that's what you do. And phew, they both shot each other with the tasers. I mean, and it was a clear-cut case of, escalation of forces. I mean, the guy probably could, the security guy probably could have got the guy to drop the bolt cutters by talking to him. But I mean, he was like, anybody who's in a position, I mean, you see it all the time in cops, and I don't want to make a generalization, but apparently, I mean, even in the old Westerns, if you have a gun strapped on your side, it's a good place to rest your hand. And I mean, if the security guy just put his hands in his pockets instead of on his gun, things might have ended a little differently. But it's, slow escalation of forces, and somebody's going to get hurt or badly shocked.
It's a perceived threat.
And the restaurateur said he was just gonna cut the boot off of his car with the bolt cutters. So I don't know. It's just, and this is the thing, they're gonna outlaw guns, but tasers are all right, because they're non-lethal. You'll have everybody going around tasering each other. God. It brings me right back to my old argument. Always, get rid of all the really bad weapons, and if you want to hurt somebody, hit them with a stick or throw a rock at them. You'll be less likely to do it because that's too much work. Tasers are easy. Man, I saw Colbert did a great thing on the Second Amendment the other night. He did his whole spiel about the Second Amendment and we don't need to ban guns. And he was giving it hard to that Jim Brady, who founded the Brady Bill. Now, this is the guy who pretty much dove in front of a bullet meant for Ronald Reagan in 1980. Got shot in the head, and now he's paralyzed. So yeah, he's kind of got a personal stake in, not wanting every lunatic to be able to get his hands on guns. So Colbert, basically said, well, Jim Brady got what he deserved. But then he goes on and he says, well, if you do ban guns, who is it going to hurt? And what did he show? He showed a video clip of these real hot babes in bikinis shooting guns. Yeah. This is what we're going to lose if we ban guns. The hot chicks will just have to spread themselves on the cars again like they used to in the 50s. I don't know. But I thought that was kind of funny. Oh, hey, Rob. I'll talk to you.
All right.
Yeah, this is a good one for you. You don't miss a lot of school, do you?
Who?
You?
No.
You don't miss a lot?
I missed like 2 this year.
All right. Because apparently in Claremont, parents are being taken to court because their kids are missing too much school. They're cracking down. 14 sets of parents face fines of up to $1,000 because their kids have missed, what does it say? They said the children missed at least 20 days of school this year without excused absences.
It's a lot of detentions in high school.
Yeah. And now it's more than detentions. Now the parents are going to pay a fine.
Maybe the parents should get detention.
And yeah, no, they're gonna do it the old-fashioned way and just charge them money because that's what really hurts people. I mean, you know, put somebody in jail. It's no really big deal. You live in jail. That's all. You take the money out of somebody's pocket,
They'll get mad.
and that's yeah. But I mean, I think that's good, and it goes back to the story I told last week about the girl, I believe Oregon, where her father was sentenced to jail because he was ordered to make sure she got her GED and she didn't get it. So they sentenced him to jail. So, but no, I think, I don't know if our school district will ever do that. But back when I was a kid, there used to be truancy officers that were cops. And if you weren't in school, they would come looking for you, especially if you had a history of not going to school. But I had a father that, I mean, the one day that I came home from school at 1 o'clock in the afternoon because I'd been skipping, and he hadn't gone back to work after lunch. He was just sitting there waiting for me. Beat the crap out of me. That was, yeah. It was go to school and respect me or, you know, get the hell out of my house. And that's the way, you know, a lot of parents were back then, which is the reason all of us parents now vowed we would never raise our kids like that. So we've got, now we're paying $1,000 because they won't go to school. See, it's the thing. Most troubles you bring on yourself. So,
Yeah, teach a kid to listen to you or else. Do as he's told or she's told or else.
That's
There are
right.
consequences. And if you don't, then they walk all over you.
oh yeah. Yeah, and now, I mean, it's a simple fact that, oh my God, you slapped me, I'm calling the cops. You know, that way I think has got to stop. I got time for one more short story. This was funny. I didn't even write it down. Plantation, Florida. Apparently a bunch of firefighters were on their way back to a firehouse, and they saw two masked men walk out of a business and jump in a white sport utility vehicle. Well, they followed the SUV for a while, but it's hard to not be noticed when a fire truck's following you. So apparently the fire lieutenant said that fire trucks aren't made for chases, but the firefighters' directions helped the sheriff's helicopter find the vehicle. And eventually the suspects crashed the SUV and were taken into custody. So firefighters, you know, it probably wasn't a high-speed chase, but I mean, you know, you can pretty much figure out after a couple turns if a fire truck's still with you. I don't know. And fire trucks just don't cruise around randomly. Not usually. All right. I guess we're ready for crew call. Camera one, back with us again this week is Rob. And I got to say, I got to tell everybody the reason that Rob wasn't here last week and the reason that Tarzan's not here again this week is because Tarzan's changing headquarters. And he's moving away from the beaten path out. He's going to stick a senior in high school here into the woods. I mean, it might do you some good, Rob. Might keep you away from that bad element, the inner city kind of element that we got here in Keene. But, you know, the gang violence, yeah. Yeah. But, you know, he says the place is real nice up there, and it sounds nice. A pond and lots of land. You'll be all right. You'll make it. So, but. Camera 3, we got Greg again with us as usual. And, you know, when I watched the show last week, and again, it looks like it this week, you look more and more like Cousin It from the Monsters or whatever every week, man. The way your hair comes out of your hat and stuff. I just wanted to mention that. In the booth is Bruce and Andrea.
I can't believe you. How's it going out there tonight, Rick?
It's going pretty good, Bruce. How about in there?
We're doing okay. Doing okay. Gotta watch my mouthpiece here. Been a rough week. I had a friend of mine, the shaggy one over there, Cousin Ed, requested our presence, you know, on Sunday to do a little moving for him.
Oh, I forgot to mention that.
Goodness. Moving a piano is no fun at all, and it's not something you ask your friends to do.
Yeah, it is, because they're the only people you can ask.
I've been suffering with a backache ever since Sunday. It's not been a fun week.
I'm sorry.
So we're getting through it. The pain is getting less and less each day. I got a little bit more mobility. But,
And you got a break on Wednesday because you got the afternoon off, right?
yeah, they ended up breaking the machine at work, and we couldn't operate it. So instead of standing around with nothing to do, we opted to take the afternoon off. So I came home and I started working on my car underneath the Nissan, trying to get my catalytic converter out, and that was no good for my back either. So
Yeah.
needless to say, that didn't get done, but my back is a little bit more toasted than it was. But we'll be okay. We got a nice long weekend coming up. Everybody should have a good time. Get together with friends and family, barbecue, have a good time. It's supposed to get nice and warm this weekend, up in the 80s, even though it's supposed to be a little overcast. But
And yeah, what's up with Thursday? They said Thursday was supposed to be rainy all day, and it's been a heck of a nice day so far.
I don't know. We
You
had a
know?
little bit of rain today, a couple of sprinkles here and there. But
Oh, all right.
for the most part, it's
It was
been pretty
backwards
decent.
from the rest of the week, it was nuts.
Yeah, it was weird. But
But yeah, today is Thursday. We tape on Thursdays and we air on Fridays, so sometimes our news isn't as current as we would like it to be.
yeah, well, and they say by Monday it's supposed to be up in the high 80s. We'll be complaining that it's too hot.
Yeah, we'll have to turn on the ACs, get them out, and get them in the windows, make sure everything is running so we can keep ourselves cool and comfortable.
Yeah.
But this past week we had the All-Star race. I'll let Andrea tell you all about that.
All right.
Let us know what happened.
Well, first of all, I don't know how much fun Bruce is gonna have on Sunday, because he's gonna be working on a roof, or Saturday, I should say. So here he is talking about, the cookouts and all, and he's gonna have a right busy weekend. But, anyways, before I start doing the,
Keep-
okay, I'm not sure, I'm getting motion by Rick, and I have no clue, cause I don't do sign. So I'm gonna let Bruce operate this all by himself. Anyways, before I do any NASCAR stuff, I wanna say happy birthday to my mother. She is 77 years old, and I say old because she's getting old. No two ways about it. I called her old. So anyways, happy birthday, mother. Yeah, and as far as NASCAR goes, we did have the All-Star race last weekend, and it has got to be probably the most boring All-Star race I have ever seen. They're gonna have to do something about these doggone COT cars. They are, when you get out in front in the clean air, they run like you wouldn't believe. They make it like they're gonna just run away with the race. And then, if they manage to hold up, they do run away with the race. If not, they blow up like Kyle Busch did. And they blow up like Denny Hamlin did. Apparently Gibbs Motors had a problem this weekend because they were experimenting and the experiment went bad. But anyways, on the showdown for there were 3 spots, and I apologize, I said 2 last week, but there were actually 3. The first and second place on the showdown were able to race their way in, and that being Almendinger, because he happened to move Elliott Sadler out of the way. I don't think Elliott was real pleased with that. He was a little annoyed. He got a little peevish. And then Hornish, Sam Hornish Jr., he's a rookie, and he actually came in second. So they raced their way into the All-Star race. And then by fan vote, Casey Kane got into the race, which was kind of a nice thing because he'd been running pretty decent throughout the season so far, but he just couldn't get it done for getting into the race, and the fans voted him in. So Casey started dead last, and lo and behold, Casey finished first. So I'm not going to bother giving you who finished second, third, and fourth, because you're not going to care, you're not going to remember next year, and it doesn't matter because they didn't get as much money. This was actually officially Dale Jarrett's very last race before retirement. He is now officially retired, and he will be working in the booth. And after the Coca-Cola 600 this coming Saturday night, Humpy Wheeler, and yes, Rick, I said Humpy, he is stepping down, and nobody knows for sure exactly why, but Humpy, he just made the decision. It was a real quick one, and he's stepping down as the head of the Lowe's Motor Speedway, and from there, who knows what's going to happen. But this coming Saturday, you'll see them back at Lowe's, and they'll be having the 600, which is the longest race of the year. So we'll see how that all plays out. Anyways, it's back to you now, Rick.
Thanks, Andrea. And yeah, just along with NASCAR this weekend, we've also got Memorial Day weekend is at the Indy 500, right? Yeah, coming up on Monday. I don't know if that runs on Sunday or on Monday. I think it runs Sunday, right?
They'll run it Sunday. It'll start in the afternoon and finish up around dinner time, and then the Coca-Cola 600 will pick up around 6 o'clock in the evening, and it'll run up to about 11 o'clock.
That's right. Anybody doing double duty?
I don't think anybody's going to pull double duty. They
No.
ended up moving the start of the Indy a little bit later, and it ends about the time that the guys would have to be at the drivers' meeting. So it makes it kind of difficult for guys to try and pull double duty. So.
Yep. That's cool, though. Oh, let me see. We've got some useless information for you to burn up some time until the musical interlude. This is a good one that probably a lot of people know, but it's in the book. The slogan on New Hampshire license plates is "Live free or die." It says these license plates are manufactured by the prisoners in the state prison in Concord. Yeah. Yeah, so that's... The University of Alaska stretches across 4 time zones. Yeah. See, I got it. It's a really big school, yeah. Yeah. I had a good one on here, I thought. In 1976, a Los Angeles secretary named Janine Swift officially married a 50-pound rock. And the ceremony was witnessed by more than 20 people. I don't know. Maybe she figured if she was going to marry a couch potato, she'd at least marry something unmovable. Maybe she had a problem with husbands caving in during arguments or something. I don't know. It doesn't say why. It just says. Here's one. It's illegal for boys in 9th grade to grow a mustache in Binghamton, New York. Yeah, well, you would think. And under the law of Mississippi, there's no such thing as a female peeping Tom. Apparently, women can look in windows all they want. This was kind of cool because I like scallops. And it says a scallop has a total of 35 eyes, which are all blue. And I never seen a speck of blue in any of my scallops. I don't know. The largest species of seahorse measures 8 inches. The largest species. I'm a part of the seahorse. A shrimp has more than 100 pairs of chromosomes in each cell nucleus. And the shrimp's heart is in its head. Yep. That's why you don't eat the head. A pistol shrimp makes a noise so loud it can shatter glass. Pistol shrimp. Yeah. I think so, yeah. Probably smaller than a derringer, though. Tuna swim at a steady rate of 9 miles per hour for an indefinite period of time, and they never stop moving. It's estimated that a 15-year-old tuna will travel 1 million miles in its lifetime because tuna will suffocate if they ever stop swimming. They need the continual flow of water across their gills to breathe, even when they rest. Only 30% of the famous Maryland blue crab are actually from Maryland. Yeah, the rest are from North Carolina and Virginia. But that didn't sound as good. Virginia blue crab and North Carolina blue crab didn't sound as good as Maryland blue crab. It doesn't say why, Bruce. All it says is just the fact. That's why it's stupid.
I'm the kind of guy that likes to know why.
Well, make some notes, and you got a damn computer at your house. You can look stuff up just as easy as I can research it. The percentage of women that say they're happier after their divorce or separation is only 85%. About 5% of Americans claim to have talked to the devil himself, the devil personally. About 200 babies are born worldwide every minute. Every minute. So in order for things to be really cool, we need 200 people to die worldwide every minute. Think about it. I don't know. It doesn't say how many. It does say that August is the month when most babies are born, which makes sense because December is usually kind of a cold month. This is kind of weird. 12 babies will be given to the wrong parents each day.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's just out in the park. Not really. You share a birthday with at least 9 million other people in the world. Everybody shares their birthday with at least that many more people. The world record for most children to one mother? 17, Rob?
52.
69.
Oh.
Is that the one that lived in the big shoe?
I bet she must have a damn big shoe. 69 kids. Man. And right now there are about 15,000 people in the United States over the age of 100. 15,000. Yeah, in the United States. That's just the United States. And as a matter of fact, up at Maplewood this past weekend, they had a huge birthday party for a lady, 111, I believe.
About 13.
113?
She's like the 9th oldest person.
I believe her name is Mary Ray. Wow. She's the oldest person in Cheshire County right now.
Yeah, but she's like the 9th oldest in the world.
Oh, the 9th oldest in the world? Oh, okay. Yeah. But I guess they had a big to-do up there at Maplewood for her, and she probably deserves it, really. I don't know if she's still got all her faculties and stuff, but oh well. All right, that's enough of those for now, for this week. So I've been hearing a lot about Barack Obama and how now all of a sudden the wife is off limits, the pastor's off limits, the past associates are off limits. He doesn't want to be questioned about anything personal. And in my mind, if you're going to run for the most important job in the United States, you'd better be ready to have every single minute of your entire life scrutinized with a fine-tooth comb.
It's a public office. The public's entitled to
That's right. And I'm against the argument that, yes, we should leave his wife out of it. But no, we shouldn't leave his wife out of it. Her views are as important as his. Everybody knows in a family, the wife always gets the husband to do what she wants. Always. And just because you're the president, you can't say, no, I can't feel that way, honey. I'm the president. But, yes, women win all the fights, Andrea. Don't ask him because he's going to tell you you do. Because he doesn't want to fight. Yeah.
I'm not stupid.
So if the wife says, this is the church we go to, even though the pastor is basically a black racist and anti-American, then that's the church he goes to. You know, if she says, honey, I need a box of tampons, he's going to the store to get them.
Well, that and the fact that she's putting herself in the public light as well.
Yes.
Campaigning for her husband. So if she's going to get up in front of the cameras, then she deserves to be scrutinized as well.
Yes, she was the one that said at 40 whatever years old, it was the first time she's ever been proud of America. You know? Stupid. She also made a remark about she met the 5-year-old girl who's already 5 steps behind just because she's a black 5-year-old girl, and oh my God, and all this horrible stuff, trying to get the American people to feel victimized by the government. And we're not victimized by government. Well, we are victimized by government, but the way that they're putting it is that if they get elected, if he gets elected, everything's going to be all peachy keen and rosy. Well, guess what? I'm pretty sure you're not going to see the change that we believe in, that Barack says it's time for. You're going to see nothing. You're going to see a healthcare system like Massachusetts has got, where everybody must have insurance, but yet 300,000 people still have no health care.
Rick, what I want to know is, if we're due for a change, what change specifically are they talking about? I'm tired of hearing change and no specifics are mentioned.
There's not going to be any change. That's why all they're saying is change. What he's going to do, he's going to change his drawers every day. And that'll be a change. It's not right. The only way to change is, I don't know, maybe not elect a president. Maybe elect somebody who hasn't been in our face for 18 months. Elect this Bob Barr guy, the guy that's running under the libertarian ticket. He's got great ideas about cutting government spending. Not boosting taxes and adding more programs. He's talking about cutting programs. And that's what you need to do. And the whole government subsidizing health care or government controlling health care is stupid. I mean, the United States military in the 70s paid $400 for a hammer. Don't you think that that's not me, is it? Oh, it's the director left his cell phone on tonight. Speaking of which, I left mine on too. Hope nobody calls. Was it anybody important? All right. Is it going again? You go ahead and answer it, Bruce. We got time. I'm going to be on this jag for a little while anyway. But yeah, it comes down to cutting spending. You know, first of all, you know, bring half of our troops home. That would save billions. And I was at the healthcare stuff. Right now, with all the laws saying that people need healthcare, there are more people that carry auto insurance than carry health insurance. You're worried more about your car breaking down than you are your body breaking down. Yeah, crazy.
That, in fact, we sure as hell don't want our ass sued when somebody, drives into us and hurts themselves.
Right, right. But that's the whole Barack thing. You know, everything is off limits. So apparently, he wants us to elect a president that we know absolutely nothing about. You know, don't worry, my past is private. Don't worry about what I did. I heard something about an associate. He was associated with some people that were involved with some radical group back in the 70s that actually blew up government buildings. You know, and now he wants to be president. And the whole, is he a Muslim? Is he not a Muslim? I mean, what is his agenda? You know, and what's he all about? If he's been going to this church, I mean, eventually, the way that the whole undercover secret intelligence communities operate is at some point in time, we're going to elect a president to office who is a plant, who's been groomed since he was a kid. And that's what it is, you know? And I mean, if Barack is half black, is the other half, you know, something Chinese or somebody that actually wants to own the United States? I don't know. Another thing I heard says this is going to blow everybody's mind, because apparently the United Nations feels that a study needs to be done. So they're bringing in a specialist, some guy named Dudu somebody. I can't remember his last name, but his first name was Dudu. I only remember that because Glenn Beck made a big deal about it, and it was fairly funny. But he's coming into the United States, and he's going to study a number of major cities to find out if America is racist.
So, you're going to pay a guy like $2 million to find out America's racist?
Are we a racist country?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. It's a very sad thing to say, but yeah, we are. We're a racist country. We're working on it. And his report will probably be nothing but you know, hardcore discrimination and race issues and violence and all this. And the report's scheduled to come out in the spring. But I bet you'll see things leaked right around the election time about how racist this country is. But there's always a but with me, right? Because I've got to look at both sides. And yes, we are racist. The proof is in front of us every day in a little thing we call the Affirmative Action Program. That's right. We treat blacks different because they're black. We have for 50 years now. We treat them a little bit different. And if it's a white guy and a black guy, both equally qualified for the same job, the black guy will get it because of affirmative action, because we're such a racist country. Stop treating people different. Treat people all the same, just like you want to be treated. Don't slander people, you know. Talk nice about people. Smile at people. Because you want people to smile at you. Well, maybe you don't. But I'm just saying, we've created the racism in this country not for the simple matter that it's because everybody has their own mind, free will, and hate exists everywhere.
Exactly. You can go to any country in the world and you're going to find discrimination
Yeah.
It's just a simple part of life.
And
Unfortunate, but it's there.
you make it racist by making it an issue. Yes, there are certain people, but saying that all America is racist is like saying all blacks got a big thing. It's the same thing. It's a generalization. We've been conditioned to ways of thinking that aren't right. Violence and hate and vengeance. That's all bad ways of thinking, but we have it constantly put on us. If somebody, just like the taser story, I mean, if somebody reaches for their gun, what do? You reach for yours and hope that it's bigger. The same thing with other countries. Apparently Iran didn't have enough weapons to have a real good war with us, so we sold them a bunch. We got some oil, and now they're getting ready to attack us for our own weapons. And it's not right. There's got to be a time when people just say enough. We're not going to go along with this. And it's the gas prices. I'm getting ready to go to New York, so I'm probably looking at better than $4 a gallon for gas. And nothing is going to stop it until people get together and demand that it stops. And say, look, we're sick of this. We're sick of worrying about black people and white people and the differences between them. I mean, racism and discrimination? Yeah. You want to ask somebody about hardcore racial discrimination? Ask Oprah, who, I might add, is the richest woman in the world. Oh, and she's black. Just in case nobody had noticed. I don't know. Look at our sports teams. Our athletes dominated by blacks and Dominicans and every race but white. Maybe what we need to be looking into is the fact that white people, white American-born people, are the minority now. And there's no racist, no racial anything. People are people. They talk about, black rights and white rights and all these rights. Let's talk about human rights. Every human has exactly the same rights as every other human. It's the governments and the people that have their thumbs on the people that mess things up. If you're a woman in Saudi Arabia and you want to walk outside your house wearing a bikini, hey, you can do whatever you want. The consequences from your government, that's where everything is done. We're racist because the government at one point told us we were racists. It wasn't my idea to have slaves. That's why I had kids. So that they could do stuff. Your father did too, Rob. He had 3 because he had a lot of stuff to do. And he had boys and girls.
That's right.
So he could get the indoor work done and the outdoor work done. Smart guy. And I think he's a little torn up about moving out to Harrisville too. Don't sweat it, I'll come out every week, man, still. Oh, okay, I'm still on that camera. All right. But that's the thing. As long as we have programs that separate people, then there's going to be racism. You know, maybe there's people that hate people with blue eyes. It's possible. I mean, just go on any of the internet sites, and you can find probably people that hate everything. You know, I hate people that cross, not on crosswalks. You know, maybe people get run over that way. You know, Boston Red Sox fans hate New York Yankees fans. But we're not shooting missiles at each other. You know?
Running people over with their cars.
I mean, and they're, I mean, you look at any business, at least, I don't know if they still do, and I haven't really noticed a lot of them, but businesses used to have signs in them. We reserve the right to refuse service to anyone for no reason at all. So if you walked in a restaurant, maybe you hadn't showered in a week, and the hostess came up and went, "I'm sorry, sir, we're not going to serve you." That's, in a way, that's discrimination. On the other hand, would you like to be sitting next to a guy in a restaurant trying to have your meal that stinks? You know, people complain about cigarette smoke. But you get packed into a restaurant someplace with some guy who hasn't had a shower in a few days with body odor real bad. That's worse than any cigarette. You know, but we're not making laws, you know, going, "Oh, you must make sure that you smell good before you go in here." No. But it's just common sense. You know? Other customers don't want to be subjected to your stench. And if we don't have a camera 5.
No. It's you gotta go outside, you gotta go to the back.
But what I'm saying is, there's all forms of discrimination. Race shouldn't, I mean, at this point, this is 2008, race should be, the race differences should be the least of our problems. But racist, sexist, what is it, gayist, or whatever, against gays. I mean, it's all like the same thing, only you pick different targets. Racism is, it's you're mad at somebody because they're black. Well, what if he's a black gay? And it's not that he's black that you don't like him, but you don't like the fact that he's gay. Is that still racism? Probably not. That's homophobia or whatever. And the same thing with black women. I mean, a lot of people can't stand Whoopi Goldberg. But I'm pretty sure it's not because she's black. It's because she's outspoken and sometimes she says some things that you don't agree with. But we have to take race out of it. Race has nothing to do with the type of people. I don't hate people because they're a certain color. I hate people because of something they do that I don't like. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I hate a black murderer as much as I hate a white murderer or a Chinese murderer or, you know, a dog that kills somebody. Which is, reminds me, what the hell's that story? In Mexico, they put a donkey in jail for public, that normal jail that holds people for public drunkenness, and they put it in there after it bit and kicked 2 men near a ranch. The police officer said the donkey's going to stay behind bars until the owner of the donkey pays for the men's hospital bills. Yeah, that I mean, get the ASPCA in there or the Animal League or whatever. It's got to be cruelty to animals to keep a donkey in jail. So, all right. Next week is our live audience show. And I've heard from a bunch of people that said they're going to come. You can get, that looks really cool. You can get tickets by emailing or getting in touch with one of the people that are affiliated with Cheshire TV. Or, wow, I can't believe that looks so neat. It's probably the graphic itself, Andrea, but that's cool. It showed up real good. So if you want tickets for next week's show, let somebody know over the weekend, beginning of next week. Other than that, live audience show. We've got some special guests coming. No clown. I believe we've got one of the unprotected socks, though, booked in for a guest appearance. Should be kind of funny. Because from what I've seen, that show is going to be a riot. I want to thank my crew, Greg and Rob and Bruce and Andrea. Thank Lee. Hope he has a nice weekend. Up next on No Spin, they've got some guests on to talk about the Fresh Air program, which when Randy said that to me, it's been years since I've heard that term, Fresh Air program, where the inner city kids come up and stay with local families to experience life in the country. Also, an appearance on No Spin by Mayor Pregent. Yeah, his State of the Union address or State of the Town address. He'll fill us in on what's been going on in his life. Rick Blood for Unfiltered. Till next week. Peace.